Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Steve, your host. In today's video, it's the last in our series of the Tasca M4A1 Sherman. It's a really nice kit. I've got some comments that I'd like to share with you about it and show you what it looks like in a final reveal. All right, well, thanks for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you. Okay, welcome to our final reveal and comments about the Tasca M4A1. As far as a Sherman, I thought it was excellent. It had the right amount of parts. I thought the fit was great. I thought the detail was great. There was one or two things I didn't care for. I think it should have come with grab handles for the hatches. I didn't think I would have to make that, but that's kind of a very small thing. The other thing that I found odd was the decals. I just thought it odd that instead of just having like Henry 3, the 3 just being on the same decal film, there were individual ones. So I had to create the three hashes out of individual decals. Also, the serial number, the ordnance number, it was in blue drab, which I thought was nice. But if you're familiar with these serial numbers, they're like 9 numbers, and it was individual numbers I had to put on, where I thought they just could have just made the number on the same decal film and save you all the grief. Other than that, I really have no problems. I mean, I build a lot of Shermans, Italeri, Tamiya, DML, Academy. And I have to say, this is the best Sherman I've built. And it's an M4A1. It's early. It's got the small hatch. And I really like the look of this vehicle. Want to point out some things that I really liked. I thought that the figure that we were given was excellent. And my painting probably doesn't show it, but I'm happy for how he came out. I thought the detail on a 20-year-old figure was pretty good. The caliber 50, the M2, incredible. There were a lot of pieces. You can do a number of things with this. The barrel, it comes in and out. The cooling jacket has the holes drilled into it. The top cover can be up and down. The charging handle is probably one of the best charging handles I've seen in a while. You get a choice of barrels. This one I decided with no, I think it's a handguard on it, maybe for changing the barrel. The ammunition can setup, I thought you get 2 versions. I think this is the early version. This is a number of pieces, but really well done. Overall, it's just a nice kit. I thought the tools were the right size. I think in Dragon sometimes they're a bit thin and they're hard to clean up. They're hard to work with. These it's a very nice set of tools. We got a nice looking set of tracks. They're rubber bands. I do prefer the rubber band tracks because link and length is okay, but individual links are just too much. The suspension is workable. One of the things I do with workable suspension and rubber bands is I glue at least the front and rear bogies so the wheels don't have any movement, because what you end up is with a tight track, which it should be on a Sherman, these guys tend to pull up here and they just don't sit right. The other thing that I found odd was the decals were excellent. They went down, they were thin, they were well printed. What I didn't like was that Henry 3 here was one decal, but these individual hash marks were all individual decals, which I thought I didn't really care for. The other thing I wish they had done was just given you the ordnance number. It was in blue drab, which I think is cool. The ordnance number as a complete decal, where was this? I think in the smaller white printed ones it was one decal, but the blue drab ordnance decal was all separate after USA, and I just thought that was unnecessary and made it too complicated. The kit does come with photo etch. I have a love-hate relationship with photo etch. So I didn't. Let me spin them around here. So I kept losing them for this, but you do get photo etch for these pieces. If I just didn't put them on, it just wasn't working out for me, and I just thought, you know, for my purposes, I'm okay. I weathered this in my typical weathering fashion with oils and mineral spirits. I was pretty happy with the way that came out. I did a little bit of chipping on it. I didn't do any color modulation other than what I did with the oils. People have done some wonderful work with color modulation, you know, as a base to work with. I kind of do that modulation with the oils. But overall, I can really recommend this kit. It was a fun build. It went together. It was a flat pack hull, which have gotten a lot better over the years. This fit together square and true. It was just a really nice kit to build. So if you see this, go ahead and give this a try. I haven't built any of the other Tasca kits, what I think they're now Asuka. I just don't. I've got enough in my stash where I'm not really buying kits anymore. I'm building. This one laid in my stash for 15 years, but I just saw it up there and I thought I'd really like to do a Sherman. But if you can find this, go ahead and get it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. All right then. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoy the week. Bye now.